let's get to batch prepping and batch cooking this protein. Doing pure ground chicken breast, salmon, chicken breast, whole chicken breast, steak, shrimp, and ground beef. The ground beef is already on the stove, just kind of simmering away there. First things first, set your oven to 400 degrees, get out your air fryer, get out your slow cooker, and get your stove ready, get the pan on the stove. As you can see, I've already laid out the meats here on the cookie sheets with some tin foil. The next step is the seasoning. People get stressed out about seasonings because, again, they're thinking in recipes. All we want to think about for the seasonings is versatility. Because, again, we're going to be using these proteins as parts of building blocks of different meals. So we want to have them seasoned for the most versatility. Simply salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and maybe a little bit of like an extra flair of something is going to be more than enough, because we're going to add different spices after, when we assemble the meals. We're going to add some maybe hot sauces when we assemble the meals, things like that. So we want the proteins to have as much versatility in their seasoning so that they can be used in a number of different meals later. All right, let's get to it. Now I'm going to keep this wide open pan view here because I want you to see me doing these all at once. It's not one thing one way, one thing another way. First step, the pure ground chicken breast. We're going to just smush this out nice and even. You can do this with ground beef. Any ground meat works just fine. This is like the least fuss way to cook ground meat. I love it. Again, I got to give my friend Jose Bespoke Fitness props because he taught me this. My life has never been the same. It's been better. We get that all just laid out nice and even. Okay, here we go. Done. Put that in there to wash later on. This is what it looks like all laid out. And then we've got the salmon, chicken breast. I'm just holding them up so you can see they're not seasoned right now. And the steaks. We're going to do these in the oven. I thankfully have a double oven. Not everybody has a double oven, but you've probably got 2 or 3 racks. If you have a single oven, use all 3 at once. However, I have a double oven, so I'm going to be doing 2 and 2. I'm going to be cooking the steaks and the chicken breast in one, the salmon and the ground chicken breast in another. Again, 400 degrees. Set your oven to 400 degrees. That is the temperature at which you're going to be able to cook anything. And it simplifies things because we've got multiple meats, but 400 degrees is going to be how you're going to be able to cook anything. Now the simple spices. Salt. Now there's going to be some chef somewhere who is screaming at the top of his lungs right now, season inside the meat, the ground meat. I am trying to remove as much friction as possible, okay? So I'm just seasoning the meat on top because, again, it's going to go in to something else with either more spices or a sauce or something. I'm keeping it versatile. So that's why we just put some pepper again. But when you do season it, be liberal. We want to make it still taste like something. My dad, who was an incredible cook, he would always say, actually the steaks, we will do the other side. My dad would always say, make it taste like something. I was like, okay, I got you. That was salt. This is garlic powder. And again, be liberal. Don't be too chintzy with it. There's that. And here's this. Then what I like to do is I've got just random Brazilian style barbecue sauce or spice here. I just buy whatever spices are like on sale. I don't get too fancy with it. Because again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. The versatility is the key. Like food during the week for function and fuel. We have all the time in the world to make it more complicated, more fancy later. Well, I'll do that later. Okay. So now all of these, if you want to be really particular, you could flip all the chicken breasts over and cook them. Or sorry, if you want to cook them, yes. Season them on the other side. For the chicken breast, I don't bother too much, but the steaks I do. The steaks, it does matter. There we go. I'm just going to season these. That on the other side there like that. Some salt and the pepper. So there we go. The shrimp, we're going to season it after we take it out of the air fryer. But there you go. You're ready. We're ready to batch cook now. My oven is ready, 400 degrees. Let's do this.